is NADIM and this is Amirul. So today we will be presenting about the topic 3, which is sociology, or known as group, right? Okay. So we are trying our best to translate this. Okay. So sociology means the scientific research on human behavior. Okay. So basically, it shows how human acts, the characteristic of a group and the society, as well as how all of this relates to each other. Okay. So M. McIver and Charles H. Page define group social as a group of humans that lives together, as well as connect to each other, affect each other, and how this make the group realize to help each other. According to Merton R, the social group means it consists of one group which interacts with each other and feels that if this person is in the group, that person belongs to that group as well. Okay. And every group has a different size, main objectives, and structure. Right. So these are the different types of social group. The first one is kelompok asas, which is a basic group, and then kelompok sekunder group, and then kelompok dalam dan luar, in and out group, and then kelompok sebaya, peers, and then kelompok rujukan, reference group, and kelompok lain which are kelompok statistik, kelompok categorical, aggregate, as well as association. Okay.
Okay, for the, is it a base or basic group, right?
Sorry?
Is it a basic group? Basic group?
Basic.
Okay, according to Coley CH, he thinks that base group is in a small group and informal, and they are the people in there interact in personal and direct. Basically, this group happen in family, and then for kids at the kindergarten, and then family and playgroup, as I said before, as a basic group, because they are responsible to form, to create their personality, and then becomes new group when we formed by individual since born. Okay, this one is secondary group. They interact indirectly, and then they rarely meet each other. And then the second one is they form towards to the one main objective, and then after that objective achieved, they are dismissed. And then the third one is they interact less personal, and then not for a long time. The last one is they have differences in their favorite, and then their behavior, their moral value, or about their right or wrong. This one is in group and out group. For this slide is in group. Yeah, members have their level of realization and their whole tied to their ideology, their faith, and based from same background. Next one is their strongness of this group is depends on their support from each member. And then this concept is being introduced by Summer WG in their book. In his book called Fox Week. A person in this group cannot become in other group.
Okay, so regarding on the list that you jotted in your presentation, so what is the what you can explain without see the slides? So what do you understand on in group and out group? From your understanding, Nadim or Leman? Nadim or
Amirul.
Amirul. Right.
From my understanding means for in group that, for example, like our class, basically we are all in group, and then out group, I guess maybe person who didn't take this course. I guess.
So what the effect towards the sociology part?
Sociology part means means that from sociology, someone from this outside class cannot be part of this class.
So which means that it's involved with inclusivity, like I mentioned in earlier. Yes, inclusive. That's what we call inclusive. Okay. So to simplify what is the in and out group, which is inclusive and also vulnerable group. Vulnerable group ialah kumpulan kelompok rentan ataupun yang mudah terdedah kepada risiko. So which members or your friends that doesn't take this class, so might be it will affect to his or her knowledge, right? To know, understand on society, right? People, groups, interaction, social interaction, and etc. etc. So with these understandings, to simplify the in and out group is vulnerable and inclusiveness. Okay, understand? Alright. Inclusiveness in bahasa Melayu is keterangkuman. Okay, keterangkuman, inklusif. Vulnerable adalah rentan, mudah terdedah pada risiko ataupun fragile. Okay, alright, clear. Next.
This one is our group. Individual feels that their self doesn't belong to the group, and then individual have two main two roles at the same time. For example, like a person who from different religion like Christian cannot get in with the Buddhist or vice versa.
So based on this explanation, so what I can describe that in and out group actually it will reflect the prestige of the society, and also it will create what we call that inferiority complex. Inferiority complex in bahasa Melayu is rasa rendah diri. So this is what I'm trying to do, especially to not to comfort all, but like I'm saying that inclusivity and exclusivity. So we try to welcome Obina to also to learn this class, Introduction to Social Science, to engrossing his traits, especially inferiority complex, between each other in this class. So this is sociology. Okay, understand? Okay, next.
Okay, this one is peer group.
Yeah.
This one is from the base group, but are not formal, and then their members are few. And then they have same status, such as like their age not so the gap not so many, like 5 to 6 years. And then this group consists from teenagers and then kids. This group basically exists within teenagers era, based from Federico RC. They have same interest to do their preference activity, and then they have a same position, means all the horizontal. And then this group also exists in the adult reference group. This group is affected the way of thinking and the human behavior. And then it comes from group that have psychological and as a way for women to self reflect themselves. And then because this group have their pull factors, is because that humans have the trait, for example, like his intelligence, skills, and their behavior.
From this explanation, what I can show some evidence. Like in Malaysia, we adopt the policy, look east policy. So we look Japan as a developed country with the peoples and society very disciplined, right? And then that's why Dr. Mahathir, our Prime Minister, executes and implements look east policy to export, especially the culture of the Japanese, the technology from the Japanese, especially as a reference for the Malaysians to become developed like a Japanese, something like that. Okay, this is what we call that. To adapt their ideology, their behavior. That's why we have look east policy. Dasar pandang ke timur. So this is what we call. This is sociology part. So you have to know. So bila you belajar social science, you akan jadi policy maker. Faham tak? So this one you have to understand what is the reference group, right? So what is the vulnerable group? So you are policy maker for this country, inshallah, within 10 years. Yes. So you have to know about the sociology part, right? So Nigeria also now a developing country, yeah. So might be we can reflect from the Nigerian society how they can develop the society and also the technological, because now we are facing 4G-2 Industrial Revolution 4.0. So might be Nigeria more advanced from us. So we can use as a reference to enhance our ability and skills, and also etc. Something like that. Okay, understand. Okay, next.
This one is others group. Basically, they have both statistic group. This one they don't have social interact. Basically, they just collect the data. For example, like human who have the diabetes, and then categorical. it is important for this one. For example, I give like person who have a lot of money, they prefer their house at their luxurious place. For example, in Malaysia, Asyraf, I guess. Yeah. And then this one is aggregate group.
NADIM, your hotel in the Basara, right?
No, nearby.
Nearby.
Basically, this aggregate group, they're what you call at one place at a time, but not directly. For example, like people who watch the football at the stadium, they don't have their interaction are few, and then
The interactions fluctuate. Fluctuate.
Association group. This group is formal and then work to gain objective. Have similarity for their personal and all together. Have tie with their organization as a former. For example, like Persatuan. This one is group structure. This group structure,
I think not group structure, it is called structural group.
or structural group. This structural group
Because it involves with the power, right? Size. So it involves the stakeholders, which is that react with the policy and also the society. So this is a structural group. Structural group is like a executive part. In Malaysia, we have bureaucrat, right? Ada yang apa Perdana Menteri, executive, something like that.
Sorry, Abina, because the slides is in Malay, so it's a bit difficult to translate. Right, we try our best. Okay? Right. So for this one, that means a very small group, meaning it consists of only 2 people in a group. For example, as I put there, 2 men in a group or a man and a woman in a group. Okay. So how do we measure how strong is that relationship in that? Is that first we have to see how long do they interact with each other, okay, and how strong is the emotional between individual, okay. How do you relate this is by take a look at the romantical interest, okay, and then relationship between family members, and as well as hierarchy relationship, meaning one example, a slave and the master. Alright, for triad, as you can see, there are 3. So basically, the red one is it is not stable in triad. It's because usually in the group, one of them will become the leader. Okay, so because of that, it could get being into a coalition formulation, meaning 2 in a group against 1. There are rules in triad, which is transitivity. Okay, transitivity means they are all connected to each other, they understand each other. However, in intransitive means one of the member gets along with the 2 of the group members. However, the 2 doesn't get along to each other. Okay.
So which means that ni macam ni lah, apa ni, kalau pepatah Melayu, Malay idioms, we call that duri dalam apa? Duri dalam daging. Something like that. Okay. Something like that, kan?
Alright, next is the tekanan daripada kelompok dan conformity. Basically the stress in a group and as well as conformity. So there's this one research from Ash in the year 1952. As you can see in the graph, if one minority gets into a group, the likeliness of that person to get along with the group is very high. So by the research, it says that 1 out of 3 of the subject will have to conform to the result of the majority, because they give stress. Meaning to say, if all of us agree and you disagree, you tend to be agreeing with us as well.
Yes.
Agree to disagree.
Yes, agree to disagree.
Majority carries the votes.
Yes.
Next is the non-conformist. Okay, non-conformist is that if this one person becomes non-conform to that group, so the group think, which means the majority vote just now, will have an effect, right? Okay, so I just put here kepatuhan and group think. Basically, kepatuhan is that if this one person gets into a group, he will likely to obey that group because he doesn't want other people to think that he is different. So he has to patuh to that group. He has to obey to that group, right? And in group thing, these people will conform to that group because they want to lower the risk and conflict between the in-group. So they have to conform to each other.
Nadim, you have to interact with all your friends, not just Obina only.
Sorry. Okay. Alright, yang lain faham kan pasal kepatuhan. Okay, kalau kepatuhan dia patuh dengan dia punya group sebab
you just speak in English,
okay.
but you have to interact.
Akan patuh dengan the group. He conform to the group because because tak nak orang lain fikir different dengan apa yang dia fikir. So dia akan patuh dengan apa yang dia punya group. Sebagai contoh lah, kalau kita tengok politik kan, kalau salah satu kumpulan dalam politik tu dia tak conform dengan dia punya leader, dia akan macam dikeluarkan atau disisihkan daripada group tu. Maksudnya dia akan
exclude.
have to be in that group. Kalau group think pula, dia lebih kurang, cuma dia just nak minimumkan konflik dekat dalam group tu, so that the group can get along. Terima kasih.